welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing two reviews for two Netflix movies. That one came out on Friday and I think the other one came out a few weeks ago. So it's both for Army of Thieves and Red Notice. So I kind of was going to do two separate ones, but because they're both heist movies and I kind of had the same feeling, like my reaction to these movies are the same, I thought I'd just do a quick reviews from both. So first off, I will do Army of Thieves, which is a prequel to Army of the Dead, Zack Snyder's movie from earlier in the year, which I did do a review for. If you want to go back and have a look at that, I don't think I had many good things to say about that movie personally, but we're not talking about that. So he doesn't write this movie, but it is based on the characters that he created for that. So this movie was the screenplay was by Shay Hatton, and the director was, and I'm going to butcher his name here, and I apologize for that, Matthias Schweighöfer, who is also the main actor of the movie as well, who plays Ludwig Dieter, who was in Army of the Dead. He was the safe cracker at the end of the day. So yeah, this movie pretty much basic story is he gets picked to join a team of crooks to open these 3 safes. So he wins a non-black market, but behind the scenes, away from the public and all that, safe cracking competition. He does, and he gets picked up by is it Nafali Emmanuel, who you probably recognize from movies Fast. She's been in the last few Fast and the Furious movies. So like I said, main story is simple story is, yeah, he just joins a thing to crack the 3 safes and all. One's harder than the other, so he has a nice little story arc in it of why he wants to do it. He just wants to crack these safes created by this legend safe maker. So he's not really in it for the money, he's more in it for the thing. But then you have a little love interest story as well. It is, but like I said, most of what I'm going to say for this one is probably I'm going to say for Red Notice as well, and not the story. These are, as I said in a tweet, I commented on someone else's opinion on the movie of Red Notice. These are low IQ heist movies. They're nothing big, or it just feels like there's no stakes to these movies. Like, unfortunately this is a prequel to Army of the Dead, so you know what happens to this character in that movie. So this movie is kind of pointless. You don't feel for any of these characters. You don't really care for them. There's like I said, these, like I'll say, a low IQ heist movie where they're not like Heat or like a bank job thing like that, or Ocean's 11, something like that. More 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 high stake heist movies where you think something goes wrong. But in this, you get a couple of double crosses, and yeah, the ending's really poor, which just sets up into the next movie. It just shows a clip from the next movie at the end. They do talk about the zombie outbreak in America, but feels absolutely pointless in this movie. It just feels like they shoehorned it in just to say, yes, it's a prequel to Army of the Dead. But yeah, very, very poor story and script, which I kind of got bored of the movie at parts and that. But lucky enough, some of the characters, like I said, especially Matthias or Matthias, is it? Who's the main character? He's good in it. He was good in Army of the Dead, and he's good in this one. Like I said, uh, was it Natalie or Nafali Emmanuel as well, who plays Gwendolyn Starr in it as well. She's good as well. Like I said, most of the actors in here do a good job or an okay job, so it kind of still keeps you a tiny bit invested without switching it off. But yeah, I I watch movies, and even if they're bad movies, and I mean bad, at least more interesting. The worst thing a movie can be to me is boring. It is, and unfortunately, this one does nearly hit that line of being boring and that. And yeah, unfortunately for me, it was a poor movie. It was, but yeah, I give this 4 out of 10. I know it's a low score, but it's something I'm not going to watch again. And like I said, my brother and a mate in work said they liked it, so I thought I'd give it a go. Watch a couple of new films that came out and all that, especially on Netflix. Especially after watching Red Notice, I was like, oh, let's go and check this one out. But yeah, thoroughly, really disappointed in it, unfortunately. So the second movie I'm going to be talking about is Red Notice. So I like this one a little bit more than Army of Thieves. Pretty much tells the story of Ryan Reynolds' character trying to steal 3 eggs that Anthony tried to gave to Cleopatra in a for her birthdays, I think it was, in the movies. And that obviously it's not a true story. It's not. But Dwayne Johnson's an FBI agent chasing him and all that. Then they get double crossed by the bishop, who's supposed to be helping. Is someone who's giving tips to Dwayne Johnson's character. So, and then you find out in the movie that was Gal Gadot, and she's just trying to get him off the out of the way and all that, so she can get him. So it's all for a billionaire Egyptian, I think is Egyptian guy, giving it to his daughter for a wedding gifts, for a wedding present. So that's pretty much gist of the story. A lot of twists and turns, but like I said, for Army of Thieves, it's a low IQ heist movie. It's nothing too integral in the story or the plot. It's very thin and poor, to be honest. Like I said, the thing that keeps this film entertaining is the characters. So you got obviously Ryan Reynolds, Dwayne Johnson are great together, got great chemistry. Gal Gadot's excellent in this, so all 3 of them have great chemistry when they come together. I like Gal Gadot in this one, more away from her normal acting roles of late. So more of a bad guy and all that, dual burglar, art thief. In other words, same as Ryan Reynolds. So they have their own little who's the best and who's second best, etc. Like I said, the story is thin, not really great. You can see the twists coming a mile away. It is, but the chemistry together keeps you enthralled in the movie, to be honest. They haven't done a notice for a sequel, but the ending of this gives you a thing that there's a sequel on the horizon, probably, especially after Netflix has come out and said this is the biggest numbers it's had on a debut movie on their channels on Netflix. So if they can get someone who could write the better story and that, I think it could be a really good, few movies, to be honest. Could get a trilogy out of it. But yeah, it's a few decent set pieces, some very nice set pieces where they go around the world. The third act reminds me a bit of Indiana Jones a little bit and all that, because they gotta find the third egg where nobody knows except for Ryan Reynolds' character, he's the only one who knows where the egg is. So yeah, it's like I said, I like this a little bit more than Army of Thieves. I give this a 6 out of 10 average rating. I do, but that's only because of the characters at the end of the day. The director does a really good job. He's worked, was it Rawson Marshall Thurber, I think it is. He done a few movies with Dwayne Johnson, Central Intelligence, and Skyscraper. Did a few comedies in his time as well. Dodgeball, We're the Millers. He did so, but yeah, he does a really good job. Acting's really good in this movie, but like I said, story, the plot, and the screenplay, not the best. It's not. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below and tell me what you thought of the movies, and if you'd like to see more reviews like this, please subscribe to my channel. I will see you next time. Bye.